everybody, I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, and right behind me here is a 1955 Chevy Bel Air. This is Brandon's car and the tour guide of Rockabilly Rides.
Yes.
And he's going to take us around town to show us a couple of cool little things. You got anything you want like to tell us where we might be going?
I know Damien loves playing guitar. He loves Scotty Moore. Definitely got to be one of his idols. So I'm going to make sure we throw in a lot of Scotty Moore where they used to play, where Scotty Moore used to live and actually practice with Elvis and Bill Black. So that's one of the things we're going to hit today on the tour.
Awesome. So come on along. Let's check this out. Let's do it.
All right, cool.
Now, Brandon and his co-owner Brad certainly know their Memphis music history. And to top it off, both of them are local Memphis musicians. I've known Brandon for a few years now, but this is actually the first time we've ever met in person. And I gotta tell you, he's a great guy, and he gave my daughter Abigail and I a tour experience that neither one of us will ever forget. And we're off to our first stop on the tour. Here is the Galloway Methodist Church. In December of 1954, Johnny Cash had his first performance here with Luther Perkins and Marshall Grant. It's really neat to see where the man in black launched his career, and he did it right here at this very church. Now for our next stop, we continue with the Johnny Cash theme and end up here.
We're going to go over here first. I'll show you Johnny Cash's place. But he moved in here. He lived here for maybe about a year, and then he had Folsom Prison Blues, and that's when he bugged out. Bought a house on the other side of town. This is it right here. So if you ever read the autobiography of Johnny Cash, he lived in this little pink house.
This pink house, huh? Johnny Cash's home. Wow.
1624, Moreland.
I tell you, this has to be one of the coolest ways to see the history and sights of Memphis. Riding in Brandon's 55 Chevy Bel Air really enhances the experience. You actually get a feeling like you're traveling back in time. I mean, we're in a car from the mid-50s and we're looking at a bunch of historical sites that date back to the same era. It's so cool and it's so much fun to be here. Now here we are at the University Park Cleaners. And this is where Scotty Moore used to work after he got out of the Navy. Now upstairs was a fur and hat department, and it also is where Elvis, Scotty, and Bill would rehearse back in 1954. For our next stop, we drive by the oldest restaurant in Memphis, the Arcade. Back in the 1950s, Elvis was a regular, and if you'd like to go eat there, you can sit in a booth where he once sat, and you can even order yourself a fried peanut butter and banana sandwich. The Arcade is also known for being in films such as Mystery Train, Great Balls of Fire, Walk the Line, and The Firm. Next, we drive to the site of Elvis Presley's very first paid gig at the Overton Park Shell, now called the Levitt Shell. His first paid gig was opening up for Slim Whitman. The following year, Elvis would play there once more, and that show had Johnny Cash and Wanda Jackson, and many more. As we drive down this road, we drive by an old home of Scotty Moore's. Scotty Moore was Elvis Presley's first guitar player and the father of rockabilly guitar. He used to live in this house from 1955 to 1959. Driving down this road, we pass the old Memphian movie theater, which is now called the Circuit Playhouse. But back in the late 60s and 70s, Elvis used to rent this theater after hours and watch films here.
So the barber shop, unfortunately, still is not there. It was called Jim's Barber Shop. The guy who cut his hair was named Albert Gale. And it was in this little empty spot right here on the left.
Okay.
Now the guy told him in 56, he's like, Elvis, you can't come in here anymore. He says, well, what do you mean? He says, look, every time you leave out that back door, every girl is running in that front door trying to get your hair off my floor.
This has to be the coolest way to get a glimpse of Memphis music history, right here with Brandon in his 55 Bel Air. I highly recommend Rockabilly Rides, so look them up on Facebook, and when you're in Memphis, give them a call. Well, we just got back from our tour. Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you very much.
That was really
Appreciate
cool. This was really cool. If you're a music fan, a music lover, you want to do this. If you're a rockabilly enthusiast, or an Elvis fan, this is something you want to do, Brandon has a lot of knowledge and he's doing something really special and really unique here in this car. So if you're coming to Memphis, Rockabilly Rides, look him up.